Hey, what's up, fishermen and anglers? Tackle Tom here, the modern fisherman. First trip since my big accident. I went really well. Went to Barnegat, New Jersey with Captain Adam Schere from Waterman Charters. Went with my friend Bogdan and Henry. Bogdan picked me up around 5 in the morning. We got there around 6:30. This was 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. I'm sorry. November 23rd. Black Friday tuna fishing. So anyway, it was one of the coldest days of the year so far. Certainly broke records on Thanksgiving, coldest Thanksgiving in New York City in over a century since they started taking temperatures in Central Park. And yesterday was not much different. It was about 16 degrees down in Barnegat when we got there. So immediately we started taking our gear out of the car, loading it onto the boat, and I really only brought my fishing gloves. I have a couple pairs of leather casting gloves that I use for fishing in the summer, and even in somewhat cold weather it was fine. But this was not the case when it's in the teens and the wind is rushing at you and you're trying to put a swivel through the guides of a fishing rod. So I was setting up my rods and I realized my hands weren't even working. It was about 5 minutes outside and my hands were so cold I couldn't manipulate a swivel to go through the guides of my rod. So that led me to borrowing gloves from my friend Bogdan, who happened to bring an extra pair for himself in case his gloves got wet. They were outdoor research gloves with like a wool outside. Not really fishing gloves, they weren't waterproof, but they definitely kept my hands warm enough to start the trip at least. I had on about 5 layers. I had on Nike Combat long johns or workout tights, whatever you want to call them, I don't know. I had on 2 pairs of socks, wool socks, one tighter fit and one a little bit bulkier. And I had on these boots, these Shimano Evair. These are really good. The only thing is if you bunch up your socks, they're kind of hard to get off and on. So I would suggest go a size larger if you want to wear them during the winter. But I also wear these during the summer. They're not insulated, but they have so much padding on the bottom that the bottoms of your feet won't get cold. And if you have wool socks on, you can wick any sweat or whatever in the boot. And I was really comfortable in these and a couple of pairs of wool socks. Also, this was a lifesaver. This is a little Columbia titanium neck wrap, unisex Columbia, and so I had this over my head and up like this the whole time. It's kind of a comfortable fleece with a hoodie, hood up, and then my Aftco waterproof jacket. I had on a couple other layers, a long sleeve t-shirt and a regular t-shirt, and then a thin jacket with some insulation on the chest. And then I had my Shimano pants on, those Nike tights, and a pair of jeans. And I was really comfortable, I was mobile. Everything except my hands were fine. But with Bogdan's gloves, did pretty well. So anyway, more about the trip. It was a wonderful boat, center console, 300 horsepower outboard. Adam knows his way around the New York, New Jersey waters really well. We saw lots of dolphin out on the sea. It was a little rough when we first went out, so we were kind of scared we were going to get wet, but he knew that the winds were going to calm down. They did. We were out from probably 7 a.m. till about noon, looking for fish, saw some bird activity with some dolphins, and every time we pulled up on a spot that we thought had tuna, it was dolphins. So we didn't really find the tuna, but had a really good experience meeting this captain. His boat was immaculate. All the little stowage bins, like in the front of the boat where you could put your backpack, food, or the cooler under the seat, everything was sparkling clean, and his boat was not brand new either. This was a 27-foot conch boat, and it was not, it's not like he bought it this year. He's a meticulous captain, and he takes care of his boat really well. And he was a really nice guy to deal with. He worked really hard for us, had the binoculars out all day looking for tuna. And he said it was in his top 3 coldest days out on the water. He's been a captain for 25 years, has done a lot of charters. Anyway, had a really great experience on that trip. I highly recommend getting some sort of face and neck protection. Invest in some good wool socks like Darn Toughs or anything you feel comfortable with. I used my Shimano Twin Power with my MC Works rod that you guys have seen before. I still have to clean this one. It just has some salt water on it. I'm going to run it under the tap. Make sure your drag is locked down, and then just kind of rinse off everything, and then unloosen your drag and wait for it to dry off, and you can put it away. But yeah, anyway, hope to get out again this winter, actually. I ordered a few new pairs of gloves. I don't think we'll be going out again when it's in the teens, but there definitely are warmer days towards December, January. He said last year, January 11th, it was a great day where it was, 48 out, 45, and really not as bad as when we went out the other day. But the tuna can show up in these times, and he's got commercial contacts that when they're out commercial fishing for certain things, he'll say, dude, the tuna are out here thick, and then he can show up, and we might be able to get some wintertime tuna, so who knows. But anyway, thanks a lot.
Did you say that you didn't get any fish?
Yeah. Hope to get out again and actually get some fish, but we tried hard, threw a lot of small lures, little poppers and small stick baits in case they were feeding on smaller bait. He had just seen him a couple weeks prior, so who knows? He's going to keep his eye on the reports and let us know, but I really hope to get out with that captain again. And as always, fishing with Bogdan is great. He's one of my good friends. So yeah, hope you guys had good holidays. Christmas is coming. Buy something nice for your fellow fishermen. Anyway, signing off. Keep your drags heavy and stay away from the bottom.